Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. Now earlier this month I taught a workshop online, and towards the end I had a woman who asked me a question about working out. She said, look, I take this class, it's specifically geared towards ab workouts, and she said, and it sounds to me like what you're suggesting is in complete contradiction to what these instructors are telling me to do with regard to pulling in my abs, sucking in. She said, you're talking about releasing and letting go, so how would I apply the Alexander technique to my ab workout? So I tried my best to explain in the moment. As I'm sure you know, I was eager to help her and to let her know the things that I do. And at the end, I just finally said, look, I'm gonna make a video for you. I think it'll clarify some of the things that you're asking me about, and it will be a little bit easier for you to understand what I'm suggesting. So I thought I would share this video with you all as well, in hopes that you're somebody who might enjoy working out as I do. I have an ab exercise routine that my husband and I do at home here, and so I'm just going to show you two of the exercises that we do. So one is a regular old sit-up, and then the other one is called a Russian twist. And I thought it would be helpful if I show you sort of I'm going to call it the wrong way, or the way that most people typically do these workouts, and then I'm going to show you the way that I would suggest, so that you can sort of see like, oh, I see maybe some room for potential for me to feel a little bit better as I'm doing it, and maybe I am doing some of that tightening and I can do a little less. So I'm gonna have you watch, and then you'll, hopefully this is something you could try at home, okay? So to begin, I'm going to just do the regular sit-up, like the regular old sit-up. And most people when they're at the gym, they just kind of do these crunches, you know, they're pulling their head up, and it's not very comfortable. Like the neck gets a little tight, and I always test that. Can I move my neck easily, or is it compromised because of the tension? So as people are doing it, it's like maybe they're pulling in their stomach and they're thinking of a string coming down to the floor. That's not what I do. When I first come down, the first thing I do is I lengthen out my spine. So I always get as long as I can. I'm getting myself nice and elongated on the floor. And then I think out the top of my head. And what I mean by that is I think out the crown of my head as though it's moving away from my heels. So as I'm pulling up with my sit-up, I'm not necessarily thinking about my abs. I know it's counterintuitive, but I actually think more about my head. I think, oh, is my neck free? And is my head moving in the direction of the crown of my head? Or is my spine, rather, sorry. Is my spine moving in the direction of my head? So as I pull up, I kind of test, like, can I move my head freely? Yeah, I can. Okay, it's nice and easy. And then I go down. And then as I'm doing the workout, I always sort of check in, like, am I still free? Because as you know, the more you're working out, the more tired you get. So if you find that as you're coming up, you start compressing, okay, so modify it. Don't come up as high, right? Stay a little bit lower. Don't do the crunch as far up, so that again, you're not compromising the comfort of your head and your neck, okay? So that's the first thing I'm gonna suggest. The other thing would be called a Russian twist. So that's where you bring your legs up and then you go on either side. So you touch each side of your body, sort of twisting around, right? And most people, when I see them doing this at the gym, there's sort of this focus of like, you know, bringing their hands to either side. And then I think the further back you go, it's like more of a workout, right? So it's more work for your abs. So people going back, they're still like down into the floor, getting their hands like that, right? And as an Alexander teacher, again, I don't change too much the way that I was thinking from the first exercise. I still think out the top of my head. So that as I'm doing this exercise, yeah, my hands are coming and I'm twisting, but again, I'm keeping the integrity of my whole spine engaged in the act of this ab workout, right? So it would look something like this. So I come from side to side, but I'm thinking out the top of my head. And then maybe I go back further and I'm still thinking out the top of my head, so that as I'm going further back, getting more of a workout, I'm still thinking, is my neck nice and loose? Or am I starting to compress because I'm getting tired and this is hard? Okay, maybe I come up a little bit. Okay, yeah, now my neck is nice and free again. So I'm engaging my abs, naturally, right? Because these are ab exercises. However, my focus is more on my head and my neck, right? So I'm focusing my attention on, is my neck free? Can I move my head easily? Or am I tightening because I'm trying to get the exercise done and really, engage my core? So I'm always suggesting to my students, no matter what the activity is, no matter what the workout is or what you're doing, what is happening to your head and your neck? And when you stop and look at it, things can become a little bit easier when you release that tension. And so now when you exercise, you're not compromising your neck, you're not tightening your shoulders and squeezing your spine here at the top. You're really allowing this to have as much room and as much space even in the midst of your exercise. So you sort of hit two birds with one stone, so to speak, because you're nice and relaxed up here and you're still getting your workout. So these are things that I always recommend to my students, and I would love if you would try them at home if this is something that interests you. If you would like, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do so by hitting the button below. And if you found this video helpful, I would love if you would share it with some of your friends. So until next time, take care. Ciao.